Should I buy the OnePlus 7 Pro? Now, I'm not saying it like, should I, Nick Ackerman, buy the... I already have it right here. I know that. You know, you're confusing me, Nick. What are you doing? No. I'm putting myself in your shoes as if you were asking the question, should I buy this phone right now? And in this video, I'm going to explain to you why you should buy the OnePlus 7 Pro. So what is up, guys? Nick here, helping you to master your technology. Let me get on to the first reason why you should buy the OnePlus 7 Pro, rocking that sandstone case today. 90 hertz display, the obvious one everybody's talking about, every article you could read on the media talking about this, and it makes sense because this is a first, an industry first for a mainstream phone. We've had gaming phones that have 120 hertz displays. It's nothing new there, Razer phone for example, but that phone doesn't have an OLED. It doesn't have this beautiful, design. It's not mainstream OnePlus right here, which is a lot more well known than the Razer phone for example. So that's why it's a big deal. But the reason why I think you should buy it for this reason is because if it just feels so much different from every other phone that exists out there. Now again, you can change it down to 60 hertz, but who the heck's gonna do that once they see 90 hertz on here? I don't think anybody is, but still you have that option if you don't want to use this. But really, it's a little bit hard to see on video. This is something you have to go in a T-Mobile store or something, just play with the OnePlus 7 Pro and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. The scrolling is just so smooth. It's even smoother than what I've seen on the iPhones. Now iOS itself is smoother in some areas than Android, but because the hardware limitation of a 60 hertz display, and I'm not talking about the 120 hertz touch sample on like a 10s Max, the OnePlus 7 Pro in some respects can just feel faster than an iPhone. And I never thought I was going to be saying that, but I am saying that. The OnePlus 7 Pro, get it if you want super smooth display, because I've been wanting this forever, and this is one of the main things that makes me excited about this phone is that refresh rate. I've been wanting all manufacturers to do this for the past couple of years and they keep skipping out on it, but OnePlus finally was the one to go ahead and just put it on their phone, and that's just great. The next reason why you should buy the OnePlus 7 Pro is that the motorized camera is super quick and quiet, and it's not as bad as a lot of people expected. So this thing right here definitely works very well. It's very fast and it hides out of the way and gives you a beautiful display, trading it for that hardware mechanism. I have no worries whatsoever. This thing is super solid, comes up and down, it's quiet, it gets out of the way, and I'm just really not worried about it failing at all. So if you're the type of person who worries, 150 times a day, it should last around 5 years, so I would not worry about it at all. So you could put that worry to rest. The next reason to buy the OnePlus 7 Pro, and this isn't actually a good reason right here, this is the Warp charger right here. Now this thing charges the OnePlus 7 Pro so fast, I swear, you can put this phone on charge, go take a shower, go have some breakfast, go have some lunch, come back in 15-20 minutes, and you'll have so much more battery life than when you started that it's just gonna be mind-blowing. Now, I will say one thing though, no wireless charging on this phone, but this makes up for it. It really does make up for it on the OnePlus 7 Pro. Next up is that the cameras all around have been very good so far. Now, they haven't been excellent. They haven't been the best on the market, but they've been very good and they're very fun to use because you have a wide angle camera and a 3x telephoto versus what Apple and Samsung does, which is a 2x zoom. So on here, you do have the ability to go 3x on this camera and it gets you really close to things. And I gotta say, overall, I've been pretty happy with the camera. Now, it's not gonna be, like I say, the absolute best out there, but it's still pretty close. And for the first time ever, I could kind of say that I'm not really disappointed with a camera in a OnePlus phone. I'm actually really enjoying it. I'm gonna be doing a full camera review on this phone in a few days to show you that it's not that bad, and it's really a big improvement over past OnePlus devices. You shouldn't come into this purchase thinking that if I get the 7 Pro, I'm gonna have a horrible camera on my phone. Absolutely not. So next reason is the face unlock and under display fingerprint sensor speeds are just insane. Now I'm not gonna do the face unlock because the camera is blocking the phone, but the fingerprint sensor got much bigger area, so it's a lot faster than the 6T, and this is faster than what I see on the Galaxy S smartphones that just dropped this year. So OnePlus has nailed it with the under display fingerprint sensor, and you're gonna love that about this phone. Next reason why you should buy this phone is Oxygen OS. It's a very smooth OS. It's kind of like stock Android, but it gives you all of these, enhancements that really can make it your own. For this one, I like going into the theme modes here, and you can put it on dark, light, or colorful, but I like how you could change the accent colors. This reminds me a lot of Windows phones back in the day. You can go ahead and change the color of the accent to kind of like what you like. So if you like blue, everything will change to blue here in the theme. So let's go back over here, accent color, put blue, hit OK, and you'll see now everything is blue up there. Personally, I like red, so I'm gonna put red back there. And you can see everything is red now. So just nice theming options going on in this phone, but they're still simple enough. Oxygen OS also brings a lot of like nice little features like gestures, for example, here, navigation bar and gestures where you can change it between, you know, the way the Pixel has it right there. You can also put your own swipe gestures, or you can do back home recents, and you have the ability to hide the little buttons down here. You can't do that no more on the Samsung Galaxy phones, which annoys a lot of users. So there's a lot of just clever, smart features in here, and Oxygen OS just kind of gets out of the way. You know, it's really simple. You put your applications and you kind of forget that it's in the background. It does a good job at that. It doesn't overwhelm the user. So I gotta say, you should buy this phone because Oxygen OS is just really a smooth software and very easy to work with. And also, it's going to be getting Android Q relatively quickly and should be getting updated for at least a couple years, so you're not gonna be left in the dust. Next up is the external stereo speakers.
The OnePlus 7 Pro offers extraordinary speed for the money, and it's the fastest Android phone I think I've ever used. It's insanely smooth as well. So it's really hard to show it on video, but we finally have an Android phone that
look at those speakers go. You can hear them. They're just nice and loud.
Caught up to iPhone and smooth. This actually feels
no more covering up the speaker on like you could do on the OnePlus 6T, OnePlus 6, those older devices. Although you don't get a headphone jack here, it's not a big deal for me because I'm kind of used to that already. It might be a big deal for you. So do keep in mind, no headphone jack, but I gotta say, Bluetooth connections are very fast. It kind of remembers the Bluetooth devices that you did have as well in previously connected devices. In addition, the speakers are just great. Another reason why you should buy this phone is just, I think the overall design just feels very sleek. It's mostly because of that curved Samsung display that is on here, but it's very symmetrical. Kind of feels a lot like the S9 Plus from last year, but just with a much more bezel-less display. It's very comfortable to hold this. Even though it's heavy, it feels nice and, you know, ergonomic in the hand. So I think you will like that about it. It's a really big phone, so keep that in mind, but a lot of people like big phones these days, so I don't think that's gonna be a big deal. But the shape and the design, it's just a lot sleeker looking than other OnePlus devices. It's definitely up in that premium tier now. Next reason to buy this phone is blazing fast performance. You've seen it in the speed tests already. This thing just opens everything extremely quickly, and it doesn't matter what you're doing on the device. Also, with the 90 Hz display, it's going to be even faster feeling than ever before. So definitely the fastest Android phone I think I've ever felt on the market. So buy this phone if you want blazing fast raw performance. This thing is the Tesla, the Bugattis, the Ferrari, the Lamborghinis of the Android world. This thing is blazing fast. The next reason is that for the price they're charging, they give you large storage, 256 gigabytes at $699. I mean, that is incredible. The iPhone XS Max is going to cost you like $1149 to get 256 gigs, like twice as much. So really good base storage on here, and you can use Google Photos and cloud storage to store other stuff to save even more space. But you can get a ton of apps on here, tons of games with 256 gigabytes. That's generous, I think, and I really do appreciate that for the price point. The next reason why you should buy the OnePlus 7 Pro is improved haptics. So it has like a better vibration motor in here, so when you are tapping things on the display that do get the vibration motor to appear, you'll just feel it. It just feels subtle, refined. It just has a better vibration, and you'll really feel this on the camera when you focus in and you take a photo. You feel a nice little subtle vibration on the camera shutter. It just feels refined. It feels nice, and the haptics are just better overall on this phone. The next reason you should buy this phone is that for a 90 Hz display, for having just incredible power, the OnePlus 7 Pro, I know a lot of people are complaining about this, but it can get you through a full day, and quite easily actually. It's just not going 2 days. It's not that super impressive, Note 9 going into the next day type of battery life. This phone needs to be charged every night, but it can get you through a day, and I'll take, just 1 day with all that smoothness on this phone. It will easily make it to the end of the night. And the next reason you should buy this phone, of course, is the price. For the price, I just cannot think of a phone that beats this phone. There's none. There really is no phone, I think, at this price point that beats it retail for retail. I'm not talking about trade-in values. I'm not talking about, oh, you could trade in your phone, get the iPhone XR. For the money, I'm just saying you're getting a really, really beautiful phone here in the OnePlus 7 Pro, and I really am having a hard time justifying any other phone retail for retail at this price point. This feels like $1,000 plus phone at $669, $750. And the next reason you should buy this phone is good reception and great phone call quality. I've had a good experience with this so far, and if that matters to you, you'll have a good experience with the OnePlus 7 Pro. Another reason is UFS 3.0 storage, so it has faster storage than the Galaxy S10 Plus even, so really bleeding edge tech there. And that's about it. I mean, I think I explained every reason why I think you should buy the OnePlus 7 Pro. Really, it doesn't make as many sacrifices as you think. Yes, it doesn't have wireless charging, but once you start using Warp, you won't even care. It's so fast, you won't be thinking about getting some circular piece of glass to place your phone on and wirelessly charge it. It's a lot slower than Warp anyway, so you'll be fine with that. No IP rating, but it's definitely a little bit water resistant. They just don't want to pay for the IP certification. And the weight of this phone is more 10s Max, so it's a heavy phone right here, but the OnePlus was going for a premium phone, so it kind of makes sense why they went with a more substantial, weightier phone here. Yes, the cameras are not first place on the market, but definitely in the top 5. But for all the negatives I just met, you've seen the pros heavily outweigh the cons for this device, making this, for the money, one of the best on the market. Let's write the check. Should you buy the OnePlus 7 Pro? Should I buy the OnePlus 7 Pro? If you're asking yourself, absolutely you should, if you're looking for a new smartphone. Anyway, that's it for me. If you guys bought the OnePlus 7 Pro, share your experience, what it's been like for you so far to help others out in the community. Also, if you have any other questions relating to the OnePlus 7 Pro, be sure to leave those there as well. And I'll catch you all in the next episode. Thank you very much for watching. Nick here. Be sure to be well, and peace.